Good evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and tonight is the final night that as of this video coming out, I'm no longer accepting solution codes for the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack. But the puzzles still exist. Go do them. They're really cool. So there'd been some discussion about which puzzle I should do from the pack to celebrate the ending of me accepting solution codes. And one of the suggestions was Raumplaner suggested that I should do the puzzle called Mind Your Step. He thinks that's a really, really cool puzzle, but I didn't want to do a puzzle that was predominantly one of mine. I think I do enough puzzles on my channel, and I've actually got another one scheduled to come soon, so I didn't want to just do a Bremster puzzle. And then I thought I would do Interstates by Xeon Risk, which is possibly one of my favorite puzzles, a very, very cool one. I really enjoy it. It's quite tricky. And I really enjoy the palindrome puzzle Interstates. And then there was a comment on my YouTube channel the other day saying, please do Entropic Mirror, please, please, please. So I'm doing Entropic Mirror instead. It was one of the ones that had been discussed that I should do. And when someone asked, it was like, okay, that's the deciding factor. So Entropic Mirror it is. And this is Entropic Mirror by Raumplaner. So he suggested I should do one of my puzzles, so I'm doing one of his. So, yes, this is a puzzle that was from the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack, which this will possibly be the last time for a while that I link to it, which will come up at the end and below. Which was a pack of 50 puzzles, 20 walks in the park, which are designed to be doable by almost anyone, 20 scenic hikes, which are a little bit more challenging, a little bit harder to break into or have some more tricky logic in, and maybe a little bit difficult for newer solvers, but should still be doable by most people who have spent some time in the hobby, and then 10 treks into the wilderness, which are the puzzles which are designed to break the brains of even experienced solvers. And the final puzzle in the pack, which should have been categorized as a swim to the moon, which was, we tested it and we forgot how to do it. And that was one of mine. And I didn't write down my solve path and I forgot what I was doing. And I need to look, actually someone sent in a solution path guide for it. So I need to work through that and have a look. But anyway, let's look at this puzzle, Entropic Mirror, which is one of the puzzles from the pack that was actually quite cool. They were all pretty cool, but this was one of the odder ones. So for a pack designed around odd even, I'm rambling again. Maybe I'm feeling a little better. I'm still a bit foggy and still not 100% better for sure, but let's see how I go at this. So in this puzzle, Entropic Mirror, which is based on a puzzle by Zegres, I believe. But anyway, so normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. It's been a while since I've solved this one, but I have solved it before. See how I go. Digits in bordered circles, we have one of them, must be odd. So this cell here will be an odd cell. Any set of 3 sequential cells along an entropic line will contain either a low digit, a middle digit, or a high digit. Digits may repeat along a line if allowed by other rules. So what that means is if you grab any entropic line and grab any 3 cells along that line, one of the digits will be low, 1 to 3, one will be mid, 4 to 6, one of them will be high, 7 to 9. Cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Not all dots are given, so these will be consecutive, these will be consecutive, these will be consecutive. Now, it's worth bearing in mind that there is an entropic line all the way along the middle of this puzzle as well. So there is an entropic line and the mirror along the middle here. The inequality symbol points to the smaller digit, so this digit will be lower than that digit. And the entropic line on the negative diagonal, so this entropic line, is also a reflective mirror that reflects both entropic strata and odd-even parity, which means the example that's given is if row 6, column 2, that cell, is odd and mid, then row 2, column 6, that cell, is that the reflection? 1, 2, no, row 2, column 6, that's better, is also odd and mid. So what that means is if this was a mirror, From this cell here, that is 2. So that bounces 2 off the mirror, and this bounces 2 off the mirror. So these cells would have the same entropic strata and the same parity. And that's the case for every cell. So we can try and figure out how this works. Let's give this a shot. Well, I know that cell right there is odd. That's all I've got to start with. So I know that this will contain a low, a mid, and a high. This will contain a low, mid, and a high. So this will contain a low, a mid, and a high. Oh, hang on. This is... no, this is odd. Colouring for 2 different things I always find awkward, and I'm not sure what I should be colouring for. I think I struggled a lot with this puzzle because of it. So these must be 2 different entropic strata. So they're either going to be 3, 4 or 6, 7. And I'm not sure which. How do I start this puzzle? How do I start this puzzle? We know this... I am going to colour odd even for now and hope that I can do it with that. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure how to start this puzzle. So, one of these has to be mid, because if this is 3, that will be 4. If this is 7, this will be 6. One of these has to be mid. So this can only be low or high. But I'm not sure how that helps me. So an odd digit, if it's mid, can only be 5. Hang on, so this is low or mid. So this is low or mid. So this is low or mid. Sorry, low or high. These can't be mid. One of these 2 must be mid. So one of those 2 must be mid. Don't forget the mirror. Don't forget the mirror. Right. These cells are going to reflect here. No, these cells are going to reflect here. So this is an entropic strata band. So these lines, so this is 3 different strata cells. So these are 3 different strata cells. So those we know are different. So that is the same as that. Oh, this is weird. There was an easier break into this, I'm sure. One of these 2 is mid. That, I think we've got to look at how these reflect. That reflects to there. That reflects to there. That reflects to there. that only one of these can be mid, neither of those can be mid. If that's mid, which means that's mid. What am I missing? That and that are the same. But these... No, this has to be the same as that. And this has to be the same as that. And that has to be the same. But this could change. Or could it? Could that and that be the same? Maybe? What am I doing? So this is 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9. If this is high, which would make this high, and that doesn't work. This can't be high. If this was high, this would be high because it's greater than that cell. And that would mean this is high and this reflects to here and this would be high. This can't be high. This is low. Which means this is low, which means this is low, which means this is low. Which means these are mid and high, which means they are 6 and 7. It's all from that inequality sign. But that means this is mid or high. But these are low now. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they've also got to reflect parity. No, they're not 4. So these are odd. Because if they were even, they would both be 2. So these are 1 and 3. These could be even. This is very strange. So that's an important thing to realize. If, for example, these were both high, they'd have to be odd because they can't, and if they were medium, they'd have to be even because you can't reflect. The only even in low is 2, the only odd in medium is 5, and the only even in high is 8. So you can't reflect in the middle across here. For example, this could not be a high even because they'd both have to be 8, and that would put 2 of them in the same box. You could do it there. But these are low, so this is medium and high. So this is medium and high. And this is medium high. And there's... So the other low... Oh, these are both medium and high because the other low has to go on this line. Because this is a 9-length entropic line, so any 3 cells I pick must contain a low. So this is low, and if I reflect that, this is low. Now, consecutive could be anything. But if this is medium high, then this is medium high, which means this is medium high. It doesn't tell me anything. These are medium high, but this is that, as is that. It's not... I need something more than just 2 things. So one of these is low. So one of those is low. None of those are low, so that and those are not low. But we knew that already. And we know that those are not low. One of those is low, so one of those is low. Whatever the medium along here is 2. Oh, hang on. Whatever the high is along here has to be the 8. And whatever the medium is has to be 5. But I've got to put all the digits on the line anyway. So I'm not sure that actually helps me. But I know that... can I put 5 off? No, I can't put 5 off this line. Now, I don't have to put all the digits... Wait a minute, I can't put 2 off this line at all. Because if I put 2 there, I've got to reflect parity and odd, and this would have to be 2. The same for all of these. These, and I can't do the same with 5, and I can't do the same with 8. These, all of these cells are 2, 5, and 8. That is crazy. I had completely forgotten that, because if I put 2, 5, 8 anywhere off these lines, pick this, if I make that a 5, then I have to reflect mid and odd to there, which makes that also a 5. And that works in all of those boxes. So these have to be 2, 5, 8s. And this is odd, so that's a 5. This is now, so that is mid. This is now consecutive. There's consecutive dots coming into play. So these have to have the same. These have to have the same. All 3 of these are the same. All 3 of these are the same. And all 3 of these are the same. So these so it's because once this will reflect to there, and this has to be this. If this is 8, this is 7 or 9. So all 3 of the... Okay, so how do I narrow that down? So all 3 of these are the same, so that can't be 2. So 2 is in one of those 2. And this is either 4, 5, 6 or 7, 8, 9. These 2, of course, are the same. And these 3 are the same. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, 8, 9. And whichever one it is, this does not share any of that. Because this, hang on, this also reflects to there. So that and that, this is not feeling like the right way to do it. One of those is low. If this is low, this is low. Hang on, if this is low, which makes this low. If this is low, which makes all of those high. If this is low, and all of those become high. If this is low, which reflects to there. This is very strange. And I'm missing something. These are three different. These are three different. Low. I feel that 258 thing should. These are the same. But 2 is in. Hang on. Oh, these are 5. These have to run in sequence. What am I talking about? So this is 2/8. This is 5. This is 5. These are 2/8s. So these are the same. And these are the same. These are all mid. They're not high. So these are all mid. These are both high. This is now mid. This is high. This is mid. So these are 4 and 6. This is now mid. That's what I was missing. The line has to continue the sequence. This is mid. This reflects that. So that is mid. I now have all of the mids in this column. These are the same. So if these were high, that would be mid, that would be mid, and that would be fine, I think. Okay, sorry everyone, I needed to take a break. I'm still quite unwell, and I basically, there was a few minutes of video where I just ran out of puff and I was struggling to breathe, and I've taken a break and I'm coming back. I've reset the grid to where I basically started to cough and wheeze, and I didn't really make any progress. And I'll just try and figure out where I was up to. So what I did do is I looked at the video and I was looking at box 1, and I was trying to figure out if I could figure out anything from the polarity there. Well, what I can see is these are 7 and 9. One thing I think I had noticed is because this will be 1 or 3 based on whether that's 1, 2, and that will reflect. These will all be the same. These were all the same, and these will all be the same. That's right. So these will be the same no matter what. So these are going to be low or high. Now, if they're high, then that's mid, that's mid, that's mid, and they're... Wait, if these are high, then this can't be high. This would be mid, which would reflect there. These would be mid. These would be high. These 3 would have to be low, but I'd have 2 low next to each other. This can't be high. That's a 2. These are 1 and 3, and that's an 8. So that is high. These are all low. Still don't know what these are. So these are 4, 6, 7, and 9, which is the mid and the high that goes next to those. And 7 and 9 Well, no, hang on. This can't be. This can't be 6 or 7. Because if this is 6, this has to be 4. If this is 7, this has to be 9. And this is either going to be a 4-6 pair or a 7-9 pair. But that's very cool. Doesn't give me that line, though. Does give me that cell as being high because it sees 3 mediums and 3 lows. So that cell reflects to there, that becomes high. So this is 7, 8, or 9. Now that and that are the same. Could they still be high if those 3 are all high? Would mean that's medium. And therefore that's medium. Those would both be high. Yeah, that all looks okay. Sorry. Oh, this is an entropic line. This is the 8. This is the 8. This is the 2, because they must maintain whatever happened in this box had to happen in this box and had to happen in this box, because this is both an entropic line and reflection means that you have to put 825 on these. So these are high. These are low. These are now low because these had to be part of the same thing, because these are 1, 3, which reflects to there. This now goes into there. That becomes low, which reflects to there, which becomes low, which goes to there, which becomes low. This becomes high. This is high, which reflects to there, which becomes high. This is 1 or 3. So I can't put any more lows in here. So this is 2, 7, or 9. So this is 2, 7, or 9. Because it's either low or high, and it sees 8 and 1 and 3. So 2, 7, 9. And if this is low, this has to reflect low and even. If it's high, it has to reflect high and odd. This is very strange. So this has to be 1 or 3. Oh, this is low. This is a medium and a high. So these are medium and high. Well, that can't be high. So this is, because of this entropic line, this has to be either low or medium, because I've already got a high on the line, and it can't be low because I've got 3 lows. That's medium, which means that is medium. And because these are a set, therefore these are a set, and that becomes high, which means that is high. Now these are now low and medium, and they reflect to there and there. Well, that's low, so that's low, and these are both medium. That's all 3 mediums in that box. That's 4, 5, 6. These are 4, 5, 6. This is low or high. This is 4, 5, 6, which means this Well, that reflects to there. So this is either 4, 6, 7 or 9. Well, it can't be 9 because it's not adjacent, consecutive. 6 can only be 4 or 6. 7 would reflect to 7. 4 now can't go here because it's not. 4 needs 3 or 5 and it doesn't have it. So this isn't 4. This is 5 or 6. 5 is 4 or 6. 6 is 7. Okay. Now this is 4 or 5 because it can't be 6 or 7. This is medium or high. These are 7, 8, 9. I'm just putting these in. They're probably, I don't know. Well, this is a 2 because it's a low and it sees a 1 and a 3. And that reflects to there, which must be low and even. So that becomes a 2. Must put a medium in here. But they could both be medium still, I think. Five, 6, 4, 6, 7. There must be a medium on here. There's got to be a low in one of those two. This is low or high. 1, 2, 3, 7, 9. That's not helpful. This is not 5. So this is not 5. 5 is up here now, which means 5 is down here. Two is in one of those two by Sudoku. That can't be a 2. What am I talking about? That's not... 2 is in one of those two by Sudoku. So 2's not there because of that 2. That's not 2. This is high. These are high. I saw that and thought I had to put 2 in this box. Wow. But these are high now. So I now have, these are low. So those have to be low. So these are 1, 2, 3. This is not 7, 9. This is 1, 2, 3. And must contain the 2. These are 7, 8, 9 and must contain an 8. So 8 now goes right there. And if that's 8, that reflects to there, which makes that an 8, which I could have got by seeing this. Hang on, I've got, this is now low, which reflects to there, which is low. So these are 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 3. So this can't be 2, which I could have got from that. Can I see anything here? This is 7 or 9. So I've got to put another 7, 9 in here along with 4, 6. Well, hang on. That reflects to there. That's high. These are medium. So this is 7, 9. These are 4, 6. That was basic and I should have seen it. This is a 7, 9 and a medium. So I have to put a high odd in here, but I already knew that because 8 is in here. Do I need to do some sort of colouring here? So this is going to be either high or medium. I don't know which. That's going to reflect to there. That reflects to there. That's via the entropic line, and that goes to there, which by the entropic line goes to there, which goes to there. These are the opposite. Now, whether this is green or purple or yellow, it fills it up. So these are going to be orange. I don't see how that does anything. Wait a minute, that is high. It sees 3 lows and 3 mediums. That is yellow. So these are 7 and 9. So this... Wait a minute, these are both green. What? There's 3 blues and 3 yellows. These and these are green. So these are 4, 5, and 6. Actually, maybe these colouring, that's not 6. So maybe this purple, I'm going to get rid of this again. I may come back to it. Wait a minute. There's 3 green here. So this is a low and a high. So it's a low, and there needs to be a 9 in here. There is a 9 in here. This is a 7. But there is a low and a high in here. What can I tell about any of this? This is a medium and a high. This is a medium and a high. Wait a minute. This... This is a low and a high. I can't put a medium in there. Five is in one of those two, which means 5 is in one of those two. This is a low... No. Yeah, this is a low and a high. So this is a low and a high. So this is a low, a medium, and a high. So this has to be 2 different things. So this is either 3, 4, or 6, 7. Wait a minute, they reflect to there. So this is 1, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. No, that's not helping, is it? So these are a low and a 9. So 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, 3, 9. Not 2. 1, 3, 9. Wait a minute. So where does 2 go in this row? 2 can only go there because I can't put 2 is right there. So that's not 2. That's not 2. This is 2. That's not 2. This is 2, which means reflects to there as 2 because low even can only reflect to low even. These are 1, 3, 9. So these are 1, 3, 7, 9. Is that an 8? Can't put 8 on here because I'd have too many highs. Can't put 8 on here because it's seen by 8. Can't put 8 on here. This is an 8. So this is high, which reflects to there, which becomes high and has to be an 8. So this is an 8. This is not an 8. This is an 8, and that's all of the 8s done. So this is now a low and a medium. This is a low and a medium because the high in this box has to be up here. And I've already got 2 lows. This is a low, a medium, and a high. And I can't put a high in here. So this is a low and a medium. This has to be the high. So this has to be high. So this is 7, 9, which gives me the last high, which means this is not 6, 7. This is 3, 4. But that is high. This is low, which reflects to here, which is low, which makes sense because it couldn't be 7, 9. This is 3, 4, which makes this 6, this 4, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6. There's no 6 here anymore. This is 6, this is 4, this is 6, this is 4, 5. No, this is 5, this is 4. There's no 4 here. 3, 4 means this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 1, this is 3, this is 1. That 3 makes this 4 and this 3. So this is now medium. This is low. This reflects to there, which becomes low, which has to be 1, and here, which becomes medium, which is 4, 5. This is 6, because 4, 5 down here. This is 4, 5. This is not 6 anymore. This is still not resolved? That's crazy. That 7 is looking down, making that 9 and that 7, which makes that 9 and that 7 and that 9 and that 7 and that 9 and that 7. That 7 looks up, making that 4, which means that's 5. And these are both medium. This is 9, which means this has to reflect to be high, which is 7, which makes that 6. So these are not 7 or 9, and this is the 4, and this is the 6. This puzzle is glorious but tricky. I forgot how tricky this was. This is now 5 and 6 and 1. This has to reflect the odd as well. So that is the 5, that is the 4, that is the 5. There is no 5 in here. Now this is 1 or 3, which reflects, oh, except it's 3. Now this has to be the same as that. So this is the 4. That reflects to here, which is the 6, which are both middle even. These are now all high. And they are all 7s and 9s, which are, and that's which are high odd. That is 9, that is 7, that is 9, that is 7, that is 9, that is 7. And I'm sorry about the timer, but as I said, I had to take a break in the middle. That puzzle is extraordinary. I'm glad I came back after a break. I'm sorry if it was a really slow start, but yeah, my health is up and down at the moment. All I can recommend is don't get COVID. Do everything you can to avoid it. Yeah, wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. So I hope you enjoyed the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack. This is just one of the puzzles that came with the pack, and we're very, very proud of it. We are working very hard on the next pack. We have a lot of puzzles, but the next pack is going to come in waves. There's an idea that we're going to be releasing it probably starting late July, maybe August. It may even be September. We want to do a good job on this one, and I don't want to just rush out content just to rush out content. I want to make sure we've done a good job. And we're working on what we're calling caging constraint. It might be cagey constraints. We're not sure yet. And the plan is to release a pack which will be just killer Sudoku. So you can work on your skills for basic killer Sudoku, and then I'll release a pack like I've done with March of the Quads and with Polarizing Sudoku, which will have killer with other variants, again ramping up in difficulty. All of the packs will do that. So the killer only pack will do the same: walks in the park, scenic hikes, treks into the wilderness, and then we'll do the same with the killer variants, so that you can, once you've got your killer skills, you can sort of work through doing the same thing, and you can flip backwards and forwards between the packs, though the killer one will probably come out a bit earlier. And then I'm planning on doing a story pack, which will probably only be maybe 8 puzzles, might be a little bit more, not sure yet, and that will have a story to it and possibly stuff to unlock. We will see how that one goes, and that will be probably a finale that comes out a few weeks after the others. And then you'll have time to play with them, because why rush? Puzzles are there to be enjoyed. But in the meantime, go back, have a look at March of the Quads, have a look at some of the other packs that have been released. The Entropic Power Lines pack, there's been a lockout line pack that has been, that was released. There's all sorts of stuff. There's puzzles everywhere. I'm releasing puzzles at the moment, one a week on my Patreon channel, and probably in about a month or so, I will release a pack of those, so they will be coming for free. There's puzzles. Go do puzzles. Reach out to us on the Bremster discussion channel on the Puzzle Plaza Discord, links below, and ask where you can find more puzzles. There's puzzles everywhere. We're happy to help. I've rambled on enough. Please, I hope you enjoyed the pack, and yeah, all I can say is, if your health is with you, even if it's not, good luck with your solving.